welcome to Carrie's Culinary Crafts, where we talk all things food, and today is no different. I have a kitchen to clean up. It is early in the morning, so glasses, no makeup, it is what it is. I am gonna go ahead and get my kitchen cleaned up, and I've got a lot of food prepping that I need to do. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get to like the second part of it because my son has a track meet this afternoon. So, but I'm gonna try and get as much done ahead of time as I can. So then maybe if I have to wait till tomorrow, it can just be an assembly day. Yeah, so I have no idea how much I'm gonna get to today, but I thought I would go ahead and turn on the camera, bring you guys along with me, and we'll see what I can get done. I mean, the bare minimum I want to get done is to cook up a bunch of meat. I've got a 10-pound log of ground beef that I want to get that cooked up, and I have, I don't know if they're 2-pound or 3-pound logs, but I have some sausage in there that I want to go ahead and cook too, because I want to make some sausage, egg, cheese burritos for breakfast. But those will be like I'm gonna make a whole bunch of them, so I can put them in the freezer, and they're just like grab and go breakfasts. So come along with me and let's see what we can get done today. 48 eggs and 4 pounds of sausage. Okay, so here is 10 pounds of taco meat. And I'm going to go ahead and can these into pint-sized jars. I have plenty of regular ground meat, but I always like to have taco meat because we always use taco meat on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis. So I like to have some already cooked on my shelf. So this is cooked, and we will go ahead and stick these into pint jars, and we will get them canned. I have plenty of plain ground beef and onions canned up, but this is taco meat, which I use a lot. So I like to have some taco meat on my shelves. And as of now, I am out of it. So anytime I wanted taco meat, I need to season it, which is no big deal. But I do like to be able to open up a jar and make some quick tacos in 5 minutes. So this is already cooked and it is hot. And I have my canner on the stove with some water in it heating up. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up my jars and get them in my canner. This is meat. Now, since I'm canning them in pint jars, I only have to can them for 75 minutes. If you're using quart jars, then you want to go ahead and do 90 minutes. But today I'm going to go ahead and do pint jars. Alright, now I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pints here. And I'm not worried about some of that fat being in there, but I don't need to top it off either, because this meat will still produce some more juice whenever we can it. So I'm not worried about, you know, ones that don't have very much juice in it. It'll be absolutely fine. So I am now going to get some vinegar and wipe off my rims and get some lids and rings on our pints. Now, I definitely recommend doing the vinegar on your rims, because this is ground beef. There's fat in there, so you want to make sure that your rim is clean and debris free, so you'll get a nice seal. Now, when you do pint jars with cooked ground beef, if it's already cooked, when you fill these pint jars, you will get 1 pound of ground beef in there. But if you raw pack your ground beef, I don't recommend it, but you know, many people do. But if you raw pack your ground beef, you are not going to get a full pound's worth in there. You'll get about 2/3 to 3/4 of a pound with the raw meat, because it's going to shrink down a lot. So you will have a lot more juice and less meat in there. So if you want to make sure that you know that you have a full pound of ground beef, then make sure you cook your ground beef first. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some lids and rings, and we will put on my jars. Okay, I'm gonna have to go down into storage and get some more rings. I have my new lids here, but I don't have enough lids, so I shall return. Okay, I got them all put in jars with lids and rings. I don't have room for this one in my canner, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a lid on this, and this is going to go in the refrigerator. I will let it cool down a little bit before I stick it in there. But the rest of my jars are in my canner, so I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it and bring it up to temperature until it gets a constant steam spray coming out of the top of it. Now, once it gets that constant steam spray, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes, and we will let that go for 10 minutes so we know that the canner is totally up to pressure. So then when that goes off after 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and put the weight on it. And once that weight starts jiggling, that is when I will set my timer for 75 minutes. Remember, if you're doing pints, you can do 75 minutes. If you're doing quarts, you want to do 90 minutes. So I am going to go ahead and get this up to temperature and get that steam coming up before I can put that weight on there. I forgot to put vinegar in there. Definitely want to put vinegar in there. It will keep your jars nice and clean. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see this or not, but there's a steady stream of steam here. So once that happens, you want to go ahead and set your timer for 10 minutes. And when that timer goes off, we will go ahead and put the weight on it. And then once this starts jiggling back and forth, then we will set the timer for 75 minutes. Okay friends, see how this is jiggling and making that choo-choo noise? Now is when I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for an hour and 15 minutes, so 75 minutes. And I'm just going to let that go, and as long as this keeps choo-chooing and swishing back and forth, then all is good. If for any reason this stops, then you're going to need to set your timer all over again. So you want to make sure that you keep an ear open to make sure that this continues to swish back and forth. And I'll see you back here in 75 minutes. Okay, the timer has gone off for canning my taco meat. So I went ahead and turned it off, and I'm going to let it sit in here till it completely comes down to pressure. And then I'll be able to pull off the weighted gauge and it won't shoot any steam out. So give it about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and open up the lid. Okay, our taco meat is now done. So I'm going to pull it out of my canner and put it on a mat and leave them go until tomorrow. You hear the ping? Music to a canner's ears. Okay. And that'll do it for today's video. I will leave these go until tomorrow morning, and then I will check the seals. I'll take off the rings. I'll clean the jars, and we will mark on them that these are taco meat, and we'll get them put on our shelf. And I hope you enjoyed this video today that was like a bunch of miscellaneous stuff and prepping and some canning. So until next time, friends, I'll see you later. Bye.